Hey everybody, welcome back to Matthew Kelly Pottery. I hope you are doing well. Today I'm reviewing another pottery wheel from Vevor. I did that a few months ago and made a video about that, and to be honest with you, I was kind of impressed by the price of the wheel, the quality that it was. They offered to send me another one, a different model to try out, and so that's what we're doing today. So let's go. Alright everybody, this pottery wheel came with a simple tool kit which included a sponge and a needle tool, some wooden ribs, a metal rib, a couple trimming tools, and a wire, as well as, actually I believe these are some of those metal trimming tools. I didn't actually even open this yet, so let's open this real quick and see what's in here, but I believe it's some of those metal trimming tools, that the same kind that came with my other wheel. And it is. These are the metal trimming tools that came with my other wheel. So another set of those, which I will put back in the box for now. So yes, this did come with a tool kit, and I thought it'd be fun to give myself the challenge to just make the pots I'm going to make today on this new wheel with the kit that comes with this, because it's not my normal tools that I would make. They're pretty similar, but not exactly the same. So I thought it'd be fun to give that as a challenge. And just so you know, that there will be a link in the description of this video that will give you 5% off anything on Vevor's website. So if you decide you want to try any of these wheels or anything else that they sell, there will be a link in the description of this video to get you 5% off. And also that benefits me. 5% of any sales that happen because of that link also come back to me. So that's a double benefit, a discount for you, a benefit in it for me. But also, the main reason I'm making this video is not because of that discount. Number one, they were willing to send me a free wheel. I'm hoping to try out a couple other wheels. I've contacted Cork. Cork wheels, I believe, started as a Kickstarter. I'm really interested in trying out one of their wheels. So if they're willing to send me one, you'll be seeing another wheel video, or at least trying one out. But I'm really interested in helping out people who want to try out pottery, who may have never been able to try it out and don't have a class near them, and maybe they don't have $1,000 or $2,000 to spend on a brand new top-of-the-line wheel. And so one of these wheels you might be able to get for like $150, and it might be worth you spending $150 to try a decent pottery wheel and be able to have one at home. Or if you're setting up a studio and you want to teach classes, these wheels might be perfect for beginners and be able to set up a studio to teach classes and get 10 of these wheels for $1,500 instead of one wheel for $1,500. So just an idea there, but the link in the description will get you 5% off and also earn me 5% on whatever the sales are. One of my main concerns about the last wheels that I tried was that the foot pedal seemed to not want to stop. I can already tell you with this wheel, it has two different kinds of controls. It has a manual control, where if I hit a button here, I can actually tap the up button and speed up the wheel just by pushing the button, and then it will stay at that RPMs. I believe this goes from 60 all the way up to 300 RPMs. That right there is at 140 or 190. I think 140. Yeah, 145, 150. Or I can switch to the foot pedal version, and then the foot pedal will do the same all the way up to 320 it says, and then back down to 0. And I can tell you, just my simple testing that I've tried on this one, this wheel this foot pedal has no problem going all the way from the top all the way down to the bottom, and it stops at least every time that I've tried it so far. So that's a big plus for me. It is bi-directional, so I can switch it, and it is going reverse now. It's all just this little touch screen over here. And there it is, going back the other direction. And there's a little power button on here. And then there's also a power switch where the power cord connects in down there. I've got a 1-pound clay ball to start with here. And before anybody comments, I do have some poison ivy or poison oak on my arms. I'm okay, it's all getting better, but it looks pretty bad. So you're probably going to see that as I'm working here today. But don't worry about me. I'm all right, and I'm getting better. I'm just allergic to it and got into some. So I was really impressed with the last wheel at the torque that it had to handle as much. I think I threw a small piece and then I put a 6-pound clay ball on there. This one, I can tell you, I'm already sensing that it is slowing down just a little bit as I center. You can probably hear the sound of it slowing down and speeding up, but most people aren't going to put the torque on this wheel that I will. especially if they're a beginner trying things out. This would definitely be a great wheel to take and do demonstrations with because of how small it is. Very portable. Sponge hasn't been reused at all, so it doesn't soak up a whole lot of water. Trying to use the, like I said, use the tools that came in the kit to make the piece. The foot pedal feels very responsive as I just speed up and slow down as I'm going here. I'm just going to leave that clay in the bottom because I'm not too worried about that. I do like my wooden ribs that I have that come to a really nice point at the end. I do like those. This rib does not have that, although they did send this kind of wooden rib which does have a point, so I could use it to carve away the extra clay around the base there to give me a starting point. Of course, if you've been making pots for any amount of time, the tools that you have or do not have shouldn't necessarily make or break you. They definitely help the process, and depending on how specific you're trying to make a piece, you shouldn't need. You should be able to make a piece out of kind of whatever tools you have laying around. You can see I had to put my water bucket over here on another bucket because there's not really any room back there for a water bucket like I would normally have. This is some clay from my gas kiln that I didn't even. It's been pugged, but it was pugged a couple months ago, and I didn't even wedge it. I just brought it over here to throw it, and it's got some nice stiffness to it, so it's standing up really well. That's right, I didn't make my foot before I started coming up with this, so see if we can make a little bit of a foot there. This wheel definitely has a little bit of a high pitch, like whine to it. I don't know if you can hear it on the video, but I can hear it here. Once I stopped it, I was like, ooh, yeah, that's a really high pitch. All right, let's see. I'm going to wire this off with the wire that it came with, and I need a bat to put that on, so give me a second. Alrighty, there's pot number 1 out of about a pound. And now we're going to 2 pounds. See how it works with 2 pounds. All right, well there's a pot out of 2 pounds of clay, and it seemed to work just fine. It definitely, like I said, I could feel it slowing down a little bit when I was going to center that, but it still worked. And there we go. Remove that from the wheel, onto the bat, and back over here. Now, obviously, you're thinking, all right, we've done a 1 pound clay ball. Now we're gonna we did a 2 pound clay ball. Now we're gonna do 3 pound clay ball. You got it. But we're not stopping with 3. I had the idea of even when I do 3 pound clay balls, or even when I do larger pots, a lot of times I do them in smaller increments. You guys are probably very aware of that. But to throw a curveball, I thought, you know what? I'm going to start with 3. I'm going to center that, but I'm just going to kind of add a couple more to it and see how big of a piece we can go, and see how much clay this wheel can handle. Maybe not up to like one of my giant pots, but just center this 3 pounds, put some more on top of it, and see where we can get to. See what it can manage while we got it here, while I got you here for this video. Well, there you have it, a natural progression of 1 to 2 to 9 pounds, right? No, I had the idea when this wheel came in that I was like, you know what, I want to put this wheel to the test, because the last one I only did 5 pounds on. It did really well. Now, like I said, this wheel is a little bit less expensive. I can tell it doesn't have quite as much torque as the other one, but as you can see, I have a 9-pound platter bowl here, and I didn't really have much challenge throwing it other than being a small wheel head. Splash pan's a little small, but the control of the pedal is really is accurate. It's sensitive. The wheel slows down just a little bit when I'm centering on these two, but in pulling, it didn't really have an issue with this one. Centering and then some pulling, I could notice a little bit, but for overall, I wouldn't be scared to buy one of these, to be honest with you, in a heartbeat, because for $150, if you're wanting to try out Pottery, it seems like a pretty good deal to be able to buy a wheel for that price and try it out. And you know, I can't speak to the longevity of these wheels because I don't know the company as far as their history and how long one of these wheels might last, but for $150, you kind of have to be like, hey, I know I'm not spending a lot of money, so if it lasts me a year or 2 years, whatever, I've already had comments on the last video that some people have bought them and had them for a few years and they're still using them. So most people probably aren't going to throw the quantity of pots that I throw on a wheel either, so it will definitely last longer if you're not throwing, hundreds of, thousands of pots in a year. And if you're not throwing a bunch of, 12, 15, 50-pound pots either. So anyway, so just wanted to do a review of this wheel, and I'm pretty impressed for the price. I think it's a pretty good wheel. If you have the money to buy a nicer wheel from a Brent or a Pacifica or a Scott or a Shimpo, then by all means do it, because they're well-known, trusted companies. But I see no problem with these wheels for the price. And if you have comments otherwise where you've had experience, please let me know, because I'd love to be able to, for people to be able to see that and share that with them as well. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you soon with another video of some kind. I think I'm gonna make a video on how I clean my wood-fired pots, how I grind the bottoms, and how I sand those for preparation for sale. I think that's something I've had a lot of comments about and a lot of questions. So we'll show that soon. And I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you soon. All right, bye.